Hi scholars, happy Tuesday. Today we're doing Module 6, Lesson 10. Our objective is I can add and subtract multiples of 10 from multiples of 10 to 100, including dimes. This means we're going to be adding and subtracting with bigger numbers, but it will be a multiple of 10. That means there will be a 0 at the end every time with those big numbers. That's what a multiple of 10 is. When I say including dimes, that means we're going to be working with dimes. We've talked about dimes in the past, so try and think and remember how much a dime is worth or what its value is. Before we get started, it will be very helpful if you have a piece of paper and a pencil to follow along. If not, you can just find some room on the sides of your packet pages in math. All right, we're going to get started. On this slide, I have 4 plus 3, and I have a picture of somebody's hands or their fingers. So what do you think I'm going to ask you to do? I'm going to ask you to use your magic counting sticks, which are our fingers, to show 4 plus 3. So on your fingers, show 4 plus 3. What did you get? 4 plus 3 equals 7, or I could have written it as 4 fingers plus 3 fingers equals 7 fingers. That's what we would have in all. Now what I want you to do is, if you have your piece of paper, I want you to draw using circles what 4 plus 3 looks like, and then fill in a number bond for this number sentence. So you should have a picture and a number bond. I'll give you a few seconds to get that done. So you should have had something like this. I have 4 of my circles plus 3 more circles equals 7. I have 7 circles in all. My number bond, I have 7 at the top. 4 and 3 are my parts at the bottom. Let's pretend that these circles stand for bananas. And then we're going to say the number sentence using bananas as the unit. Remember, when I say unit, that means the word that comes after each number. So I changed it to bananas, and below you can see 4 bananas plus 3 bananas equals 7 bananas. So our unit change, you can see at the top, we just had 4 plus 3 equals 7, but now we're talking about bananas, so we add that unit, bananas, in. 4 bananas plus 3 bananas equals 7 bananas. Here, I have some quick tens. Our group on the left, so our first group, has how many tens? 4 tens. What about my second group? How many tens do we have here? 3 tens. How many tens are there in all? 7 tens. So now we're going to say the number sentence the say 10 way. 4 tens plus 3 tens equals 7 tens. Now, if I tell you I want to say it the regular way, starting with 40, how would the rest sound? So 4 tens becomes 40, plus 3 tens becomes 30, equals 7 tens, which becomes 70. Just like that, 40 plus 30 equals 70. That's the regular way. Other way is the say 10 way. As you can see, I keep changing my number bond to match our addition sentences with the correct units. Now, we're going to look at all of the ones we just did together. Here I have it kind of like a chart. So at the top, we had 4 plus 3 equals 7. I have my circles, and I have my number bond to match. In the middle, we have 4 tens plus 3 tens equals 7 tens, my picture number bond to match. And at the bottom, the regular way, 40 plus 30 equals 7 with my number bond to match. Now I have a question. How can knowing 4 plus 3 equals 7 at the top, knowing that, how can that help us with the one below it? 4 tens plus 3 tens. How can those help you? Well, when we did 4 tens plus 3 tens equals 7 tens, it's just like the first problem, 4 plus 3 equals 7. It's just 4 things and 3 things make 7 things. We just added a different unit. Just like how we did at the beginning, we had 4 fingers and 3 fingers make 7 fingers. Or we did 4 bananas and 3 bananas make 7 bananas. Now it's just 4 tens and 3 tens make 7 tens. The numbers we're using have all stayed the same. We have 4, 3, and 7 in each problem. Those stayed the same, but the units change. So when you look at the top and it's 3, 4, and 7 in your number bond, the number bond below that, the only thing that changes is we added the words tens after. And then below that, it's the same, 3, 4, and 7. We just added a 0 after each number to make it into 30, 40, and 70. But it's still the same numbers we're using, 3, 4, and 7, just with different units. So to kind of show that for you, I highlighted all of the units. When you take what I highlighted away, it's all 3, 4, and 7. So knowing 4 plus 3 equals 7 helps you to solve the rest. Now we're going to try it again with a different number. So I want you on your magic counting sticks, which are your fingers, to show me 7 minus 4, or 7 take away 4. How many do you have left? You have 3 left. So make sure you're following along on your fingers. Now I want you, if you have an extra space on your packet or you're using a piece of paper, to show me a picture with circles and a number bond to match. Now it should look like this. I put it into 5 group drawings. So you can see I have 5 circles at the top, 2 at the bottom, 5 and 2 is 7. So I started with my whole 7. I crossed out 4 of them to show that there are 3 left. In my number bond, I have 7 at the top, 4 and 3 are my parts at the bottom. Now if I put it into bananas, let's see what that would look like. I put bananas into 5 group drawings just like my circles, so my picture looks pretty much the same. Instead of circles, it's bananas. My number bond's the same, but at the bottom you see a new number sentence. 7 bananas minus 4 bananas equals 3 bananas. Did my numbers change? No, but did my unit change? Yes. Now I'm showing quick tens with an X over some of them. I know it looks kind of crazy. It's really hard to do this on a PowerPoint, but you can see my quick tens pretty clearly. My group over there is a 5 group, so I know there's 5 tens over there. And then we have 2 tens in another group. 5 and 2 make 7. So is 7 a part or our total? We started with 7. And how many did I put an X over? 4 tens. So I'm left with how many? 3 tens. Now I'm going to show you with a number sentence and a number bond. Like I said, we started with 7 tens. That's how many I had in all. I took away 4 of those tens with an X, leaving me 3 tens. 7 tens was my total. It's at the top of my number bond. My 4 tens and my 3 tens are my parts at the bottom. Now, this is the say 10 way. I want to now do it the regular way, which means 7 tens should be 70, and I want you to think what the rest would be. So 70 minus 40 equals 30. I have 70 at the top, 40 and 30 at the bottom are my parts. Now I'm going to show you everything we just did on one slide. First, we started with 7 minus 4 equals 3. We knew that because we used our fingers and we used our drawing. Next, we used our quick 10 drawings to do 7 tens minus 4 tens equals 3 tens. I wanted to change it from the say 10 way to the regular way. The regular way would be 70 minus 40 equals 30. I'm using 7, 4, and 3 every time. My numbers stay the same, but my what change? My units change. So again, showing you how I highlighted my units. So the tens were my unit, the zeros were my unit, but really I'm using 7, 4, and 3 every single time. So knowing 7 minus 4 equals 3 helps me solve everything else. Get it? Got it? Good? Good. Now moving on. We have 30 plus 60 equals blank. What number sentence can help us solve this? If I take my units away, I would have 3 plus 6 equals blank. Show me 6 with your fingers, and then show me 3 more. How many fingers do you have up now? 9. If 3 plus 6 equals 9, how can that help me solve 30 plus 60? It looks like the same numbers, but my units are changing. So 30 plus 60 doesn't equal 9, but it equals 90. See how my units change, which I highlighted, those zeros changed. It's the same as 3 plus 6 equals 9, just plus those zeros, making it 30 plus 60 equals 90. Now that's the regular way. I'm going to try and do it the say 10 way. We know that 3 plus 6 equals 9. We also know 30 plus 60 equals 90 now. So that means 3 tens plus 6 tens equals how many tens? 9 tens. See how every time we're using those same numbers, 3, 6, and 9, we're just changing our unit. Now I'm going to show you what our number bonds look like. The first one we have 9, 3, and 6, which turns into 90, 30, 60. And then we also do it the say 10 way, 9 tens, 3 tens, 6 tens. So that's how your number bonds match your number sentences. Now we're going to move on to dimes. If I have 9 dimes and I take away 3 dimes, how many dimes do I have left? First, I'm going to have a picture for you. I have how many dimes there? 9 dimes. But did I take away 3 dimes yet? No, so we need to show that. Now I crossed out 3 dimes. How many dimes do I have left? 6 dimes. Now I want you to say the whole sentence. 9 dimes minus 3 dimes equals 6 dimes. Well, I forget. A dime equals how many cents? What is the value of a dime, or the cost of the dime? Well, a penny is 1 cent. A nickel is 5 cents. So a dime has to be 10 cents. Good. Now what I want to do is I want to write the number sentence to show the value of the dimes. So if I have 9 dimes, that equals how many cents in all? Well, each dime is 10 cents. So I'm going to count by tens, putting my fingers up until I get to 9. So I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So I have 90 dimes, and I'm going to take away 3 of them. Well, that's 10, 20, 30, so minus 30. So we start with 90 minus 30 equals, how many do you have left? 60. So here's the number sentence. Here we have 90 dimes, or 90 cents. I'm sorry. So 90 minus, we took away 30, equals 60. That's the regular way, or to show the value. Next, we have some dimes plus some other dimes. Now on the first side, I have a group of 5, and one more would be 6 dimes, plus I see 2 dimes equals how many? 8 dimes, but I want to do it showing the value of a dime. So that means I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 dimes in my first group, or 60, plus 10, 20, plus 20. Now I'm going to count on 60, 70, 80 equals 80. 60 plus 20 equals 80. That shows the value of my dimes. Be careful, that's something that you'll see on your problem set. You'll see a problem like this in your problem set today too. As you can see, I have one group on the left and another group on the right. They're a little bit separated so you can see. So on the first group, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tens. So I'm going to fill that in. And on my other group, I have 1, 2, 3 tens. 7 tens plus 3 tens equals 10 tens. Now that's the say 10 way, but now I'm going to do it the regular way. My first group, I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. My second group, I have 10, 20, 30, 70 plus 30. Looking at my first, must equal 100. Now I need to put my number bond. 100 at the top, 70 and 30 at the bottom are my 2 parts. This is something you'll see on your problem set today. Now our last problem. We have 6 dimes minus 4 dimes. I want you to draw a number bond for this subtraction problem. We know 6 dimes is the total, 4 dimes is one of the parts. We only know one part, so the mystery is the other part. Here's my number bond. 6 dimes was my total, 4 dimes is a part. We don't know our other part, so I put a question mark for now. I want you to think, what addition sentence can we write to match this number bond? Remember, we can say unknown or mystery number. Well, addition, we're going to start with our parts. So 4 dimes plus unknown equals 6 dimes. Good, just like that. So what is the missing part? 2 dimes. So now I want you to say the subtraction sentence and the related addition sentence the say 10 way. Here we have the say 10 way. 6 tens minus 4 tens equals 2 tens. And then we have our related addition sentence. 4 tens plus 2 tens equals 6 tens. That was the say 10 way. Now I want to say the regular way. 60 minus 40 equals 20. 40 plus 20 equals 60. What 3 numbers am I always using here? 2, 4, and 6. Good job. Now I'm going to quickly go over your problem set for today. For your first page of your problem set today, you are completing the number bonds and number sentences to match the picture. So you can see that you have a picture for each one. You need, like it says, you need to fill in the number sentence and and the number bond. So the first one already started it for you. You just fill it in using your tens as a unit and then the regular way, just like we did in the PowerPoint. On the next page, you're going to count the dimes to add or subtract. Be careful. Add, you can see the plus sign in there, or subtract is when you see the X's crossing out a dime. You write a number sentence to match the value of the dimes. You're not writing how many dimes, you're doing the value, just like the first one's showing you. 40 plus 20, not 4 dimes plus 2 dimes. You're doing the value. And then at the bottom, number 11, you're going to fill in the missing numbers. So think about how you can solve these easy, or the more efficient way. Think about what you know that will help you solve with bigger numbers. I hope you have a great day. Work really hard. I want to see pictures of your work. I've already gotten so many pictures yesterday, so let's keep it up for the rest of the week.